Yo, what up? My name is Rich, and I am back at the home of Entrebeliever.
Come on, man.
Come on, Rich. You came back, baby.
Which part of Texas am I in?
Come on, in Fort Worth.
I'm in Fort Worth, Texas. Man, y'all got like several brands. Art of Homage. We got Red Letter.
TPM. Eternal Posture.
And
Lamb Top.
Lamb Top. Y'all can barely even keep up.
We got a 5-piece right now, man.
So how do y'all keep up right now?
Man, we listen, we trying to keep up. We've been adding new people to the team. It's still hard for us to keep up, man, and do all the stuff that we doing, but man, we making it shape.
You're making it shape. All right, so this is what I really want to talk about, because y'all are here now. Y'all got several brands. Y'all killing it. We done did that past video where y'all was at 300K a month at the time. What do y'all wish y'all knew if y'all had to go back and tell y'all younger selves, like, starting off?
Honestly, Rich, when I think about it, now this is not going to have anything to do with anything like apparel or branding per se.
Yeah.
But this is something that we learned along the way. We always say that a healthy you is a healthy brand. Mm. And so when we work on helping other people rebrand their brands, one of the first things that we talk about is like the transformation in the person. If you can transform, then your brand can transform, right? And so if I could go back, it would be like really putting myself in position or understanding like the importance of me growing as a person.
Yeah.
Because most of us, like, we start companies and we start these brands with the same person of who we are. Mm-hmm. And if you start something with the person of who you are, typically you force feed an idea in a community without even knowing how to sell the product.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So if I would go back, it would have nothing to do with like the apparel brands. It would have to do with like me growing as the person. Because I know if I grow, then I can grow anything, and anything I touch can turn to gold.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I honestly got the same thing to say. Like, what I got to say has nothing to do with even like apparel building itself. It's really just like knowing it's possible. Like, I probably got in my own way so many times where it's like, dang, they making like $5,000 a day. They make whatever number. It sounds like ridiculous whenever you sitting in the bottom and you're like, man, the moment you say it's not possible for yourself is the moment like where you really even shut that vision away from yourself.
Yeah.
That's real.
So
That's real.
Craig Groeschel put it like this: we're always moving in the direction of our strongest belief. So if you really like believe that you can do something, like I would say empower your thoughts. Before you think about employing other people, you need to employ your own thoughts to work for you and not against you. Because most people doing things that sabotage their ability to even see that they can do something at a high level.
Yeah, man.
So like you believe enough to get a Shopify store, you believe enough to set up that Etsy store, you believe enough to get that heat press, but then once you start doing it, you don't believe enough to keep going and doing the things that make it successful.
Right, so what y'all start off with? Y'all start out with shirts, hoodies, like hats. What y'all start off with?
Man, so we started off at the crib, man. We had 2 hats, 2 shirts, same logo on everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the things that we tell people all the time, like start small. Just start with working on getting one home run idea before you start trying to do 20, 40, 50 different things, right? And so if you're trying to build a brand, like get that one thing that works. It's like that A hat you got on right now. Yeah. Like that is iconic. It's going to be around forever. Yeah. So if you spend time creating iconic things, it's more likely that you will succeed if you just work on one great idea instead of, having 20 good ideas.
Yeah.
Like what's his name said? He said, you know what the biggest obstacle to making $1 million in a year is?
What?
Making $500,000 a year. Yeah. It's like you like, oh, I'm good at 500,000. Right. You ain't hungry enough to get to $1 million because you're good at that.
Yeah.
Right. But like if you really work on your ideas and your concepts, then you can get to another level if you just focus on getting it to a high level the first time.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Like one thing I wish I knew is like, see, like now it's easy to see like the difference between like what I did. Like say if I got $1,000 in a day or if I got 10,000, it's like you can really break down all these things. But like when I was like just first starting off, like I had a hard time. Like I was beating myself up too much by like only have 1 sale. And then all of a sudden I get 2 sales in a day. And I'm like, dang, I'm still not at 10 sales yet. Yeah. But like even in the beginning, you can really like micro it and like just like really look at it and be like, there was something I did to make it increase by 1. Yeah. And that's something like I wish I knew because like I'm too busy beating myself up, not knowing that I really did something that made a difference.
Yeah.
So it's a different thought process to say, man, I doubled my sales today.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of saying that, you saying, man, I ain't got to 10 yet.
Yeah.
But you are making progress.
Yeah.
I love what you just said because it helps you rethink the way things are. And we say it all the time. It's for every good thing, it's always a bad thing happening at the same time. It's just what you choose to look at.
Yeah.
Right? Like you said, you got the 2 sales, but you're looking at the negative thing instead of looking at the fact that you're making progress.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
you know, and we think that success is like immediately getting to 10K or getting to 100K a month. But success is daily. Like you have to really master like doing small things every single day and win the day. So when we're talking to our students, like our encouragement for them is to just own the day. Like sometimes we look so far ahead because of the things that we want to do without doing all of the detailed and intricate things that leads to the actual overall goal.
Right.
So we can't get down on ourselves. We got to appreciate our successes because everybody's success don't look the same anyway. Right?
Yeah.
Some people come into building their brand and starting their companies with different information, different foundations. But as long as you can look forward and not looking left and right to what everybody else is doing,
Right.
and appreciate where you're going, like you can really like hone in, like and start appreciating the journey that you're on.
Yeah, I struggle with that a lot. Like that's why I was saying, like knowing it's possible is one thing. It helped me go further, but like it made me struggle going further because like I'm like, man, I'm not getting there fast enough.
Yeah. Well, you know, and it's crazy now because we're in a different space now.
Yeah.
Like everything's fast.
Yeah.
And it's hard to not want things to be fast when we're looking at like we're scrolling through things every single day so fast. Like people are like blowing up with different type of businesses sometimes without even having to put into a lot of work.
Right.
So it's hard to stay focused, but one of the things that I realized, and even with us, is being grounded and close to people who are pushing toward the same thing that you're pushing towards. Mm-hmm. See, these are people who like recognize like the importance of the small wins along the journey.
Yeah.
Or just the process of the journey itself.
Yeah.
And when you lock in there, then it's hard to look so far ahead, right? Because you're appreciating where you are.
Yeah.
I wish, when I think about what you just said, I wish we would have plugged into community way faster than we did. Like we was working and we was going hard, but like when we started plugging into communities of people that was where we at or further than where we were, it kind of helped us get a better perspective on the things that we should be excited about and like give us a different mindset behind where we were. Yeah. So being in the right community with the right people, like sometimes we was just so busy going that it was just like, man, we could have got here faster if we would have been plugged in with the right community.
Yeah, and the mindset of an entrepreneur is different.
Yeah.
The mindset of an aspiring entrepreneur is different. So if you're around a bunch of friends and everybody's cool with 8 to 5, nobody wants to have like a side hustle or this side hobby that they want to turn into a business. If that's what you're around, then it's going to be hard for you to like appreciate your gains, right? And appreciate where you are. But man, positioning around the right community, man, is everything.
Well, what do you got to say? Like, cause like, so for myself, like, you know, I was around people who like had 9 to 5s and whatnot. But then when I started doing my own thing, I didn't have anybody to bounce on.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's one of the things. So now, like everybody that we talk to all the time, all of them got 7-figure brands. So the conversations are different.
Right.
You can have a 20-minute conversation with a brand owner and be like, it just give you a light bulb moment. Like these are the tweaks I can make. These are the things I can do to go to that next level. Whereas if you having that conversation with somebody who don't get it, it's like you speaking a different language to them. It's like,
and it's a fishbowl thinking, right? Remember a guy was talking about how you put a shark in a fishbowl, it just goes in circles and it doesn't grow, right? But then you change that environment for that shark, put it in the ocean.
Yeah.
Now the shark grows. And it goes to speak on the environment that we're in. It's worth it, whatever that cost is, to really put yourself in an environment with other people.
Right.
Otherwise, you stay stagnant.
Yeah, one thing I want to add on to that, too, is like what you're saying about those conversations. Like, I remember starting off and then, you know, you're kind of looking for answers everywhere. It's like, what's the answer? What is this? What is that? But then, like, as you grow older, like that conversation changes, especially if like your surrounding changes and they're getting better.
Yeah.
Like you start to have conversations and then they just tell you like one little thing, you be like, oh, that's it, that's all I needed.
Yeah.
Instead, like at first you're looking for all the answers.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now you're at the point where it's like, oh, I just need like one little fine tuning. It's taking me a whole
Right.
different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We were talking to a lady in our mastermind recently, bro. And so just one conversation with her and one tweak, and which was all about giving value back to her audience, which she had a really good product, but didn't think about giving value, right? And so that small 15-minute conversation, she implemented these things we told her to do and did 2,500 like the very next day in 4 hours. Right, is the most that she's done like in that particular moment and in that space, bro. So it is about small tweaks. It is about like people giving you the right insight and the right information. A lot of people try to build brands without the right information.
Right.
You can't get the right information in the wrong community.
That's powerful.
Man.
You can't do it.
Say that again.
You can't get the right information in the wrong community.
That's real good.
And so what happens is, you remember earlier we talked about that as an entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur, like you're built to think different.
Yeah.
Right. So you're built to see things different. So what that does is it frustrates you, the person. They don't get frustrated because they don't think like you do. But if you're using that same crowd to get the insight and to get the validation for what you do, you only become frustrated.
That's powerful.
Yeah, community is everything.
I'm gonna end it off like that. Community is everything. I think it's gonna take you a long way. Honestly, like, so for myself though, I'm gonna just wrap it up with this. Like I've had clone brands, failed ones, and I had ones that did okay. But then I found my true success in selling on marketplaces. I just pretty much selling things that are hot, things that are in demand. But like the way I grew my personal brand was through community, and that's why it grew so quickly the way it did. So, you know, just putting yourself in the right positions around the right people, I think that's gonna take you a long way. So
Absolutely.
That's Gabe and that's Tim, Entrebeliever, Art of Homage, and the, you know, roll the credits of the brands. And we got something going on special for y'all, so make sure you check it out. T-shirtmastermindcoaching.com. We got a special something for y'all. If y'all interested, make sure you click the link. We're gonna see y'all on the inside.